Good morning, everybody.
Hello out there.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Please let us know if you can hear and see us clearly. And good morning to you. Good morning to you. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. That's my brother and my sister-in-law. They're the first ones here today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, y'all.
Okay.
And then there's James Dixon and Dee Dee and George and Adele. Oh my goodness, Dale! I'm so glad that you're okay, sweetheart. I wanted to call you. You beat me to it. You're on here today. I'm glad you
to
are.
Hear you. You're moving a little bit, girl.
You working your angels overtime.
Keep up the good work now.
Hello, Sue. Good morning to you,
ain't
sweetheart.
Time to throw the towel in yet.
Hey, go CJ. How are you, hon?
CJ.
And there's Sandra. And hey, Kim.
Kim Lee.
Pastor Norman.
Norman J. Hickball.
Do your thing, Pastor Norman.
Dr.
And there's
Kessler.
Kessler. There's my sweetie pie, Vern.
Vern, I tried to get you this morning, tell you a little bit of good news, but we'll talk to you later.
Get her later.
Yeah.
And there's Frenchie. Hey, Frenchie.
Frenchie. I hadn't seen you in a while, but that's Joe Lewis there.
Thank you, Sue. You know, I said, I don't feel any of this music today, but I'm glad you liked it. Hey, Joe, how are you? Good morning to you. Good morning, Brother Blue. Good morning, Deb.
Deb Lee.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. She said can hear you and see you. Sue says she can hear us and see us.
Well, now I can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
Now them.
There's Oliver. Hey, Ollie.
Oliver J. Jr.
Oliver and Yolanda. Am I saying that right? Yolanda?
What was that thing I thought about, that herb, that gold I was talking about this morning?
You're not talking about that now.
I know.
We're going to talk about that later.
There's
Jill.
We're right at home.
Hey, sweetie. Hey, Priscilla.
Oh, yeah, that's Priscilla.
Good morning to you. Look, guys.
Where's Priscilla from, baby?
I don't know. Priscilla, have you been with us before? Or maybe you have and you just haven't commented.
Throw a rock over here and hit us in the head and see if we can't recall whether we've seen you or not. Okay.
Whatever. What did you just say?
You can't say it. You're not. You just turned 16. You can't say that.
Throw a rock over here.
Yeah, throw a rock over and hit us in the head so we'll know that you're out there and where you came from.
Oh, my. Okay. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning,
Sharon,
sweetheart.
There you go.
All right.
Miss Sharon.
Now here comes Miss Pearl in the house.
Yeah, Miss Pearl Lee.
Yeah. Good morning to you, Pearl.
I can see you all.
Yeah. We see you in our minds and in our hearts. We see you. Okay. Yeah. What Leslie? You gonna talk about? Leslie, yes, sweetie. I've been thinking about you since we talked the other day.
Yeah, I didn't know whether you're gonna be on. I talked to her this morning. Mm-hmm. I want you guys, before we get into this, what we're gonna talk about. But anyway, there are some of you like Leslie. She had to go to the emergency room at the hospital last night, and we thought they were gonna keep her, but they didn't. There are several of us.
Last night she did go to the hospital and stay.
Okay, but anyway, yes. she's at home.
But she's home. Okay. Now, yeah.
The point is that I told her, Sister Sharon, and all you guys out there that have loved ones that have on the other side, I've told her that I would mention her name, and we would affirm the healing presence of God inside of her.
And you need to do that for Adele as well.
And I mean, I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
Miss Miss Adele Hickbar. I use Hickbar all the time. You're part of the family, every one of you. And I can see this morning I was sitting there watching something good on television, and I saw every one of you around the universe lit up different sections of the earth by your oneness with God. And when something happens to any of us, we get the ripple effect of it all the way through the house, everywhere in the universe. Mm-hmm. So I want you guys to know that we know that you're in good hands, and it ain't always with Allstate. It is with the Christ consciousness state. I'm running dry. I got to get a little juice.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Hello, Sinette. Good morning or afternoon to you in Denmark.
Priscilla's saying something, baby.
Yeah, she said she's a member of Pastor Norman's church.
Oh, yes. I'm the one that have seen her down there before.
She said she's listened to us before. David, I didn't mention you. Good morning to you. And Sinette.
Yeah, David. Okay.
Yeah, so we need to move.
And some of the people
look, we got a few more coming in.
We got some people that are not coming in on our site here, but you're still listening.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
bear you in our hearts also. You don't have
Yes.
to let us know, but we just want everybody that's listening, that we don't see any name, but we still got you as one of the best friends and brother and sister that we
Yes.
could
I
have.
want to say good morning to them. Noel, good morning. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Gerald. Good morning, Phyllis and Edward. And then my sweetie pie, Judy Hill, just came in. Good morning, Judy.
And Gerald, I'm hoping that you're doing better too.
Yes. So we're affirming good health for you guys.
Leslie,
and
Leslie,
speedy recoveries.
Yeah.
Yes, and Lisa Kelly just came in. Good morning, Lisa. So anyway, let's do this. I want to do two things this morning, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do two things this morning. And then we jump in and let you do what you want to do here, Pastor. I want to do the affirmation, I am affirmations, and then I want to do the embodying meditation. And I want to do it because I want us to, I don't feel like I want to bring you into a quiet, meditative mode this morning. I really want to bring you out to a place of activation, a place of excitement, not excitement in the sense of we're revved up, but an outgoing this morning, not in, I know we all live from our inner being, but I want to emphasize the outgoingness, if that's a word. I'm making a word. The outgoingness of you as that I am. I was looking at my notes just earlier, and I just had written, and I don't know when I wrote this. It's been years ago. I wrote, I split myself into two and became a person and God. And that's what I had written. I split myself into two and became a person and God. Became two. I split myself into two. There is a you that is not your personality. That you, I want you to, if you can, to visualize an image of that authentic you that you are. What does it look like? How does it dress? What does its hair look like? Or does it have hair? It what do you as a higher self look like? And we're using concepts, of course, and I know that. But I want to bring you out in activation today. I don't want to take you down into a meditative state. I want to bring you up out into an embodiment state. So let's say this. I want you to drop, if you're doing anything other than what we're doing right now, I want you to drop it, suspend it for just a moment so we can get through this. And I want you to repeat this after me, the I am affirmations. Okay? Are you ready? Let's do it. I am complete. I am blessed. I am spirit. I am infinite. I am eternal. I am unborn. I am nameless. I am ageless. I am unbound. I am unaffected. I am undisturbed. I am unafraid. I am clear. I am intuitive. I am free. I am timeless. I am unconditioned. I am peace. I am forgiveness. I am non-judgmental. I am all-inclusive. I am indestructible. I am essential. I am indescribable. I am undefinable. I am unaddicted. I am stable. I am stillness. I am formless. I am joy. I am abundance. I am everywhere present. I am the knower. I am unattached. I am sacred. I am unlimited. I am love. I am truth. I am life. I am all potential. I am. Now let's do this one. Say this with me. From this place of calm, I see my God self. I see a new image of myself in the world. My focus is on the God essence within me, and I follow its guidance. I trust myself. The self that I am is strong, courageous, and wise. I carry this sense of knowing with me into the world. Because I trust and focus on the God self within, I am creating on the outside a world that is harmonious and beneficial to myself and others. I am having deeper relationships. I am learning how to deal with people. I am managing my money, allowing and attracting my good to manifest. I am building a career that serves others. I am taking good care of my body and everything else around me. I am able to be in the world and enjoy myself, yet keep my commitment to the God essence within. This commitment is reflected in the light and power that I feel. I am the light of the world. And so it is, and so it is.
Okay.
And so it is.
All right.
Yes, sir. What you got on your plate today?
Okay, I'm going to read a little bit to you, but
Judy said, I am.
yes, you are.
And Pearl says, you have just charged us with the almighty I am presence.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Jews sought to kill Jesus because not only had broken the Sabbath, but said also that God was his daddy, father, making himself equal with God. And he answered them and said, verily I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do. For what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise. For the Father loveth the Son, and show him all things that himself doeth, and he will show him greater works, than these, that ye may marvel. For as the Father raiseth up the dead and quickeneth them, even so the Son quickeneth them whom he will. Whom he will. That's a union, that's oneness.
Mm-hmm.
For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son, that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that honoreth not the Son honoreth not the Father, which have sent him. Verily I say unto you, when you see verily, verily, he said, this is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I
Mm-hmm.
say unto you, he that heareth my words and believeth on him that sent me hath everlasting life, shall not come unto condemnation, but is passed from death unto life. Now, here's my point. These people was not bound to religion like we are now. They were, but in a different way. My point is that he did not discriminate to ask him questions had they received him as Lord and Savior, and have they confessed him in their words, and do they dwell among righteous people, discriminatory people, what they separate themselves from. They just found out about him by being around him. We're talking about presence now. There are some people, there are some beings in this earth who directly will say to you, whether members or study of the course or the King James Version Bible, no matter. The rudeness is not necessary, and we don't need that because there's a love in both sides, and those of us in the middle path, evangelicals and all of them. When I saw Jesus' heart broken into many pieces, I never felt actually what real love was, the burning fire of his love that he is made out of. And when I saw him in person, and you might say it like that, when I saw him, his clothes was made out of what his spirit body was made out of. There was there was no separation in him and his clothes. There was no separation between him and his hair and his bodily faculties. I'm saying this because all from the beginning of our walk, we gathered around in churches and places, and we've said that God was not there in a way. We had to bring him in. We had to bring him in with music and praise. I'm not against it. I'm not against anything. I'm trying to get this thing settled. That and we won't ever be able to do that. But I just with words, we use words to try to describe the undescribed. The presence of God is who we are, whether we accept Jesus as real or not. This is based on every one of us will leave our earth suit. And the spirit essence that we are, like she said in quoting the I ams, we cannot die. I just saw this morning a lady who had a near death experience, and she come back to her body and she couldn't get in it because it was not ready for her. She was in the hospital, had been a bad accident with a car crash and all that. The bad part of it, her chin was torn completely from her body, and they repaired her. So when she come back to the body, it was still in waiting mode for spirit, the real her, the phantom self, to come into the body. Now, when you really wake up to this, you're going to wake up to the beingness of who God is as you. You can't tell everybody that you're Him if you want to, like Jesus did. You can, if you are, and nobody can know this but you. If you have gone through enough evolution that in this time you can handle the repercussions of saying this without your ego getting upset and angry at people, because some of them will think that you are doing to yourself what they said Jesus did, put yourself above God by saying you are one with him. From 50 years of experience with this, I'm telling you guys in wisdom, it is better to allow that all of the unction to come out through presence more so than your mouth flapping. Because some of us are talking out of the side of our neck. I'm not rebuking the bind and all that stuff with anybody. I'm just telling you that there is a love walk with the heart of God that is a love that cannot be anything like you saying to anybody, I love you, and forgiveness. That forgiveness and love that I'm talking about is a supernatural love of the presence of the God identity, the eternal essence, the infinite part of you. We're doing what we're doing now and been doing on these classes is called grown folks talk. But it's grown folks understanding how to be as a little child in simple understanding. There's no need for somebody to come on and say, I want to be dismissed from these classes in any way, because good manners and being able to represent Christ, do your business in secret. That's the best way, because there's no reason why anybody has to. I went to churches and I did crazy things when I went out because I was seeing the things of God so clear. I wanted everybody to know it. And even the pastors, I got in conflict with them because I didn't know what I know now. Sometimes it'll take a lot of experience. Okay, now watch this. I didn't know that just like this man that I was getting ready to read about, who was laying around Siloam, or the pool, the gate, or the pool of Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
It was the sheep gate and all the animals around.
Yeah.
The place was not sanitary. It was not clean. Nobody had sprinkled antibiotics on it or whatever it is to get rid of the scent and fragrance around. But this man wanted to step in and somebody would have to put him in, but he didn't find anybody. So Jesus came by. There was an angel that touched this water, and each time he touched that water, they had to know that this angel has troubled that water for them to be put in there to be healed. It said it was all manner of conditions around that pool. And Jesus came by to one man. Here's my point again. It is absolutely impossible for any of us. I don't care you if you're saved, go to church. You may have been atheist. You may not believe in what we're talking about. That is not important at all. My investigation and near-death studies have shown me and my wife that there are people who are actually wouldn't dare to be found with the name or the word of Christ in their mouth. And that love, that overflowing supernatural love and mercy and grace, allow them to leave their bodies and go and see and meet him and come back. If they were not ready to come back, they stayed. But somebody had to tell what they saw, and they were warned. There's a case in here where it said that the woman that had the issue of blood, and she went to the doctors, and instead of getting better, she grew worse. Who is it that was writing this in the book? If it is true or if it is not. From my own personal inquiring of God, and may not be what everybody else is, why can't we understand that we can find things out about God and know things about him directly and never have to read about him in a book, the course, or the Bible and still know him? When I had my experience with God to see him, I couldn't read like I do now. Insecure. I raised in a family where they were very illiterate people. I had to write for them, but they didn't know. I didn't tell them. They didn't know that I couldn't do what they think others did that I should be able to do better. I worked in the factory, RJ Reynolds Tobacco Company, 17 years. And in that 17 years, nobody knew. I was there in high school from the 11th to 12th grade, and they didn't know my insecurities. But when I met Jesus in person, and I'm not telling you that you have to have it the way I do, because everybody have their own contracts to follow through. I'm saying this to you because there is a move of God in the angelic world of the heart of earth angels. I found out that every infirmity and sickness, John Greason and everybody else out there, you are a product of the manifestation of God with or without infirmity. The actual fire of God in your heart is setting you up to measure based on the tragic, hurt, painful sickness, don't care what kind it is, high blood pressure. That seemed like a dark negative to some of us. I'm walking around, my left hip don't want to hip. It don't want to walk. Going up the stairs, I take one step, two steps, and then stop. But that is a sign that the presence, the tangible experience of God is in these bodies, and you are experiencing a measure of God because of the infirmity. These things that are dark, you're going to begin to find out that they are being transformed into the energy and power of God. There is a glory that comes out of crucifixion that every one of us went through to get to where we are. Some of you never knew anything about God, never wanted to, but and then there's some that came here already knowing this. I run across people everywhere, and I see them in the store. I will tell them point blank, like a lady I saw at the store this weekend, Pat. I said, I see Christ Jesus in you. I didn't have to know her. I didn't have to know whether she believed in him or not. I said something helpful to her, and she's leaning on one of those walkers where you got the clamp where you break it. She couldn't straighten up, but I turned deliberately with her. I know what Christ is. I've seen what Christ is. And I don't expect you to see him like I do, but I see him every time I come on this telecast right here, broadcast. When I look at your name, I'm looking at him inside your heart. And every one of you guys out there, your heart is burning with the red, yellow, orange, gold, and blue fire. You are the power of God's heart. I don't care if you're good, you cuss somebody out. I go into some places and I talk to people. I said, have you cussed out anybody yet? No, not yet. But I said, you have your mind have thought about it. But all I'm saying to you guys, I called certain people on the phone this morning, and I wanted to tell them because they have sat in their phantom body many lifetimes. They have covered same juice in a different cup. Some of us are angelic beings that come over here, and they don't know it. I have found out how to spot them and see them. Take your time because you getting ready. You already ready to see, to look at God under every situation, how bad it was his molestation, brutally abused, tied up to a bedpost and whipped, or some man beat you, or some hateful words came out of somebody. I want you to see God take every bit of that stuff and put it in a bucket and use it for fire and kindling to light a flame under your butt to get you to walk in the supernatural power of forgiveness. You can't forgive. There's some of you that have been abused so bad, it constantly like you've been in a military war. Some of you guys stood out on the front line and was rebuked, hurt, cut to the point of that. My mom was found on the side of a creek bank. A guy that over the morning beat her so bad that her head swelled up big as two basketballs, broke both jaws, and they wasn't sure whether the guy raped her or not. I'm standing on the porch, and this man come down the street going to work and told me they just found my mom up there half dead. She had enough strength in her body to call out for help, and somebody got help to her with the cry of God, and she lived 96 years old. Um, uh, we got some people, Brother Blue, his mom is over what, right at 100 years old or close to it anyway, 90 something. But my point is this: you can't kill what can't die. You can't annihilate that had no beginning and no end. I want to edify you, set a flame under your bun, to ignite you, to be encouraged, all of you, and even myself. The reason why my wife read this I am is because she's talking to the spirit, even though your soup cup and bucket hear it. She wants you to understand that you can bypass every last one of them and think about it in a different way, that you could use it in your words. That I am the opposite of this, but I want you to see God use darkness to turn into light. I ain't telling you have to be homosexual. I'm not telling you have to be with 2 or 3 wives. I'm not telling you have to hate men. I don't care if you do, okay? But if you find out the truth of your eternal self, your infinite identity, without having religion to do with it anyway, you are million steps ahead of anything that could happen to you, to be used as kindling on the fire of God to reveal more of your true identity. That's what I want to say to you guys out there. We bear our heart to you.
Yes, yes. Go ahead. Pastor Norman says, thank you for confirming his teaching for today.
Oh, Lord.
He says, we're in a season and time when those with open minds will have special divine visitations from the other side.
Yes.
I wanted to address something that you said, based on everything that you said.
Yes.
Actually, this morning, we went to bed really early last night, so we woke up very, very early. It was about 5, maybe 4:30 or 5, and so we didn't go back. I didn't go back to bed. You went back for about 30 minutes, but in being up and just moving around, I read a little bit. I stopped reading, and then I sat for a little bit. I heard inside of me what I have to give. What I have to express is not written in a book.
Thank you very much.
It's not written in a book, and it has never been said before. And then I began to realize that and I didn't have this in our affirmations, but we are also the unassociated self.
Yes.
Unassociated meaning I don't have to associate my being with anything. We live our lives in categories, classifications, and so we tend to believe that those things are us. Examples are: you can be classified as an illegal alien. You can be classified as a citizen. You can be classified as middle class.
Yes.
You can be classified as a senior. You can be classified as a female or male. You can be in a category.
That's right.
We are placed in categories, and we're classified. When you get your driver's license, you have a driver's classification.
Yes.
You're classified with different things, and so we tend to take those things as our identity. But we are the unassociated self. I am not associated. I don't even have to classify myself or find myself in the category of Christian.
Yes.
If I'm unassociated, I'm not associated with any particular group.
Yes.
As my being, I don't have to associate.
That's right.
But I can still be with Christians.
Yes. Or not.
I can interact with Christians or not.
Yeah.
I can still be female.
Oh, boy, that's great.
But
that's
I don't have to interact with every female.
That's the way. Yeah, there you go.
But I can if I want to, but I don't have to be that.
That's right.
That's what my body is.
Yes.
But as an unassociated being, I don't have to classify myself as anything.
That's right.
And therefore, I am completely free.
This school.
And I heard Spirit ask me this morning, what do you really want?
Yes.
What is it you really want?
Yes.
And I thought about that thing. I thought about it and I thought about it. And I had all kinds of different things come up. You know, when we want to pray and ask God to do certain things, I had all kinds of things I want God to touch and do. And no. And then I came to the very end of that. And I realized all I want is to be free. Wow. To be me. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That is not spooky spiritual. That is not walking around with a halo over my head.
There you go.
That is not walking around even with miracles dropping off as I walk past.
There you go.
That is just me living, not me existing with effort, not living an existence of applying a lot of effort, but living, not existing, but living spontaneously.
You know, this waking up has shortened our journeyless journey across the Red Sea in a desert place.
Yeah.
From 40 days and nights down to 40 seconds and minutes.
Yes.
Into the present moment.
Yes.
Like riding on a train and we look out the window. You are the now, presently approaching the future. The future is coming to the now that you're in. And at the now that you are is passing you on the backside. You are constantly in the middle path, watching everything with observation from the window of your train seat. You are no longer moving by the effort of doing, but the effortless grace and the no doing self is still holding on to the best that you could ever be as the Christ in the dust, in the rain, in the snow, and all those people that are in war and with foreign country right now, and all of those who are suffering, they are still in the now with God. I wanted to put you somewhere, but I ain't got nowhere to put you because there ain't no such thing as putting anybody anywhere. You are where you need to be.
I don't even have to classify as an American.
Don't even do it.
I don't have to classify as an American.
Don't even have to do it. That's the truth.
Because all of those are, I want to call them stem cells to identity.
Look at it.
I don't know why that came up.
Look at that.
But stem cells to identities.
Whoa, look out.
All these myriad forms and identities.
Woo.
There's just little links to all of these identities.
You know what? I was out there cutting grass one day, push mower.
Push mower.
Push mower. Push lawnmower. Lawnmower. It's a mower. A push mower. Not a mower, a mower. Push mower.
Push mower.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And Spirit said, you're getting ready to roll a leaf back in front of your lawnmower, and there will be a snake up under there in his state of resting for the winter. And I did, and that was there. He didn't wake up. I didn't disturb him. I went around him. There are many snakes that you guys have seen.
Okay.
Some of y'all have seen some stuff in you since you woke up to your true identity. And it's almost turned into what we call snake gravy.
True.
Hey, I'm telling you, days are getting longer, nights get shorter. You are now ready to look at the snake because you done found out that you don't operate in snake.
I'm making friends with the snake.
Up.
I'm making friends with the serpent.
Well, you know they put that snake on the pole in the wilderness with Moses.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm making friends with the serpent.
Okay.
If the serpent bite can be healed by watching and looking at the snake up on a pole, then I'm making friends with that serpent. If you look at the medical system, they have that symbol of the snake wrapped around that staff.
Oh, look out there.
So it's like the poison. The thing that has the poison is the very same thing that brings the healing.
You know what's so amazing?
But I have to look at it.
That's right.
I have to look at it.
That's it. That's it.
I can't avoid
look at it from all angles.
The darkness that's in these minds. I can't avoid that.
Look at it.
I can't say, and I can't even hate it because the hate is coming from the darkness. The hate is coming from the hate itself. I can't hate any part of myself.
We are that.
I can't hate any part of myself.
No, we the love. That's right.
I must embrace every aspect of my being.
Grab it and
every
hold on
part
to it.
of it. Every part of this humanness.
Yes.
I've got to embrace it and accept this is what I am.
Tell the truth.
And allow it to be the color for the essence of God to come through.
Now you know we fired up a little bit.
I know, and I don't know where the fire came from, but yes,
I just told you what it was. It's in you.
Yeah, it is.
Is it possible?
It is in every one of us. Everything that you desire is there inside you. It's not to be found anywhere else. Not anywhere else.
Lord have mercy. You're on the ball out there and you're bouncing up.
Let me get some of these comments, honey bun. Now, Sue said this back some time ago while we were talking. She said, freedom to be authentic, knowing we are okay with everything. Yeah, knowing it. Just knowing it, Sue. That's it. That's it.
Sue, and we got everything we need on the boat.
We do, but we're not always aware of it. Because we always associate ourselves with the categories that we've been placed in.
Yes. Recharge with this kind of stuff.
Yes. Now, Sunette says, want to be free, want to be me living. Yes, me living. Love it. And we are that. Jill says, being okay with what is, how is, when is, what will be, etc. Peace is invaluable. Okay. Oliver's coming back with a solution is in the illusion. Oh, that's a good one there, Ollie. Wait. I just felt that one. The solution is in the illusion.
Thank you. That's what I'm getting ready to say. But
when Moses was on the mount and he was faced with the illusion, God showed him a miracle that caused him to be able to see through the illusion. Let's see how I'm going to say it. I want to say it different. I had it written somewhere. Oh man, that's good, Ollie. That's good. Let me finish what he said. He says, the light is in the dark. And ancient hate has become a present love. That's good.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
It's right there.
Yes, it is. Now let's see what Didi said. Didi said yes. Pastor Norman's popping. He said he's popping.
Yes.
And Sandra says and that's freedom, not to be categorized and identified. And that's what it is. Freedom. It's just that I am. Yes.
Now you know something there.
Yeah. Kim said whoop whoop.
Uh-oh.
Sue says I am not a category. Add that one to your list. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Or we can say I am uncategorized. Yes, ma'am. Jill says being inoculated with a small amount of virus is needed to protect you from the virus. Exactly. That is how your immune system gets built up against the virus.
That's right.
By having a little bit of the virus in it.
That's right. The snake poison.
Yeah.
Even used to get rid of the poison from the snake.
Yes.
Now, let's sit down a little bit. Go to that place deliberately. See, there's a place under the. Okay, go ahead.
I just thought about this. We've even been categorized as vaccinated versus unvaccinated. We found ourselves in that category. And all of these categories divide us.
There was a group of people that came into my church when we was in our big building. They were determined to tell everybody that you need to build your shed or a house and a place, storage, get everything stored up, because all the electrical grids in the country was going to shut down.
Yeah, I remember that.
And some of them came from some of the.
Well, that was during the Y2K. You remember that?
Yeah. And I stood up there and I told them point blank, it is not going to be like you said.
Right.
I watched the smoke. And when the time came that they designated for the moon and the sun, whatever it is, to line up, they had to crawl back in their hole and shut their mouth. Now, some of these boys did not come before the body of Christ or the people in the earth and apologize. They probably wouldn't let them do it. And I wasn't trying to be a big boy to tell them what I told them. I always tell people I want to say things to them. I'll whisper in the ear or sit down. If it ain't right, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to injure a lot of people by trying to be right. I don't want to be right.
Now I found what I was looking for, Oliver. He said the solution is in the illusion. The light is in the dark, and ancient hate has become a present love. And I had written in my notes, God showed Moses the realm of truth by opening his eyes to the illusion.
And what Moses said, listen to this. Moses wanted to see God face to face. And God told him, said, no man can see my face. But he said, I'll pass you and let you see my hinder part. Now, when I say it like this, is the way I say it.
I know how you say it.
Yeah, you know how I say it. Y'all probably heard me say it.
I said,
God did not want Moses to see his face because he had more power in his butt than could be in his face. On the backside of God, Moses looked at God backside, passing by. And the shadow of God, if it was there at all, was more powerful than what he was going to see in his face.
Now look, I want you to type this in. God has opened my eyes to the illusion.
Yes.
Type that in.
Yes.
God has opened my eyes to the illusion.
See clearly.
Yes.
I'm asking and affirming at the same time that increase awareness, the strength of your awareness of your true identity, looking in darkness, look at everything.
So now I know
as light.
What the purpose of miracles is.
There you go.
Purpose of miracles is not to convince people that God is real. The purpose of miracles is not even to eradicate sickness and all of that stuff from the earth.
Okay.
The purpose of miracles is to open our eyes to the illusion.
Yes. Yes.
To bring us into the realm of truth. That is the purpose of a miracle. So all of this praying for a miracle just because I want to see God move is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
It is there for us to see the illusion.
That's right.
Thank you, Oliver, for this. All words are symbols that are twice removed from the truth. Yes, in fact, when truth is revealed to us, when we try to put it in words, we actually lose the some of its potency, don't we? We are indescribable by words. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. God has opened my eyes to the illusion. Yes. God has opened my eyes to the illusion. Now, let's see what Sinette said. She said, embrace every part of my being, setting people free from the perception and judgment we give them. When we set our own judgment of ourselves free and embrace it without attachment and dissolve it. God has opened my eyes to the illusion. I can see clearly now.
Yes.
Since God has opened my eyes to the illusion. Yes. Very good, guys. Very good.
Well, listen, you guys, I thank you so much for coming on with us today. And we look forward to.
I got so excited. I didn't give baby girl all of her treats.
Yeah.
And she was really good.
Yes, she was. She didn't flap her tail back there and bumping the curtains. But I want you to know,
Yes, yes, yes.
boys and girls, you done
Yeah.
turned 16 now.
So now,
look at that.
so
Look at that.
yeah, grandbaby.
Oh, look at the
So,
grandbaby.
so when God has opened your eyes from the illusion, you will see through what is happening. In other words, the difference in the sage and the one who doesn't, who isn't awakened, is simply that the sage sees the same thing, but they know it's not real.
When you walking in that God identity of your true identity, you hear people say, "I don't want to be fake. I want to be my real self." Well, now the real self has never really been anywhere else but who you've always been.
You can't be anything but the real self. That's all you can be. You and when we're trying to be something, that's when we're other than our
There you go.
self.
The illusion. Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Smile at it. Explain with nothing but awareness.
Yes.
Don't have to say that it interprets itself.
Yes.
Half the things
Yes.
that most people are praying for is already inside of you. The thing that
all of the things that people are praying for.
It's in.
Yes.
Thank you so much, all of you.
You guys, we really appreciate you. And look, now it's time to give. Let's just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it and support the ministry that you listen to. And we thank you for that support.
I went to the store the other day and I didn't get about 3 or 4 things, and it was almost $100.
Oh, I know, so, isn't it something?
Yeah,
but now I'm beginning to thank God, not complain about the cost, but to thank God that we have enough to get what we need.
It's like going to the liquor store. Yes. I can go to the liquor store now and see those pretty bottles in there and never be disturbed by what's in it.
I have a choice. I can complain about how much groceries cost.
Yeah.
Or I can thank God that I have enough money to get what I need.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, I can switch it at any time. I can switch it. I don't have to be the victim if I don't want to be the victim.
Sometimes I just go to the store just to see angels. I like to go to the store and see angels. Earth angels passing by. And I said, they don't know who they are, but we can see what's behind them, what's around them, the energy and the light of God. The doppelganger is the double. Oh, yes. Thank you. I'll get with you in a minute.
Sinette said, thanks for being on fire.
Oh, yeah. I got fire under my, what you call her?
Something lit a fire under us. I don't know what did it. But
well, look, you guys, thank you for the gifts.
Yes.
We said Christmas time, the nuts and fruits and candy. Thank you for the blessings of God that you're releasing to us.
Yes, thank you.
Just by examining and looking at your true identity. I'm happy with you. Your happiness is ours.
Yes,
your joy is ours too.
That's right. And Sue says, no point complaining about the cost.
No.
You're right. Be happy. You can buy what you need. Exactly.
Look,
exactly.
You guys be safe out there and enjoy your day.
Even I don't mean to cut you off, sweetheart. But even, it's tax season coming up. And so everybody's thinking about that. Don't even think about in the terms of I've got to pay taxes. If you come up where you got to pay taxes, don't complain about that because that simply says that you had the money.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank God we had the money. Don't complain about having to pay the tax. It's just thank God you had the money.
That's right. He has and he is gone before you. He was with you and was moving outside of you, preparing the way for you to go to school, whatever. If you did finish or you did not, that was God working His plan out.
That's right.
What we call in this physical world.
That's
day one.
That's right. Day one.
I saw Jesus this morning come up and pull a chair out. Laverne and some of the rest of you, pull the chair out and sit down at your bed. Leslie, your daddy, and all of those of us who have had loved ones to cross over. Jesus sits at the foot of your bed. Some of you, He's sitting right at the side of your bed. And He has angels that when He leaves, they are called angels of the Lord or the angels of your Lord identity.
Yes.
And they have been with you for many, many, many evolutions of your true identity. Thank you, Father, for every one of them. They do always what you want them to do. And they're not aware of it, but I see you working it out. You working it out, and I believe that's a good place for somebody to cut a step. I'm telling you, could cut one like you never cut before because you are the steps of God made righteous.
I watched you trying to cut a step the other day. You do more cutting now while you're sitting down.
Look at that. I'm starting. I got to start somewhere. When I hear that music,
I'll put it like this: when he's sitting, his feet dance, but when he's standing, his arms dance.
Yeah.
Kind of lost your wiggle, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm gonna get it back. You are, and you gonna help me too. You gonna watch me help. You gonna help me do the wiggle.
Wiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Yeah, yes. See, I told you she's nasty. I told y'all this is a nasty girl. She been nasty from day one. When I met her, she was nasty.
My God. Oh. Now don't get like that.
And I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, see, you've gone off on the deep end here. Listen, guys. Wait, what?
Hold on, man.
What?
Hold on.
What?
A tisket, what's inside that basket? A different kind of study. Who's nothing? Who's the name? This is my girl. She's a nothing in the game. After Easter,
you see, I didn't have to say anything but wiggle, jiggle, jiggle, and he. You see where he went?
I'm wiggling.
You see where he went?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
I just say one thing and he just kind of goes.
Okay, go ahead. Say it again.
Wiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Hey, Dr. Wiggle.
Listen, guys. Listen, we'll be back on Tuesday at 7, and I hope we'll see you there. We love you so much. We're going to take off right now. Bye.
Thank you.